All right, we back. 220 Podcast, sponsored by Second to Nobody. I'm your host, David the King. This is a different show that we're doing because I don't have my brother Wavy with me. He couldn't be with us this week. I'll let him tell you when he get back. A lot of things going on. Nothing serious, nothing like that. But, shout outs to him. We wish him the best. We wish good luck to his team. The youth football team, if they playing this weekend, go get them. And we're going to keep going. The show must go on. So this is something I decided to do myself. I might have to start doing this on a regular. Might do a little show called King's Hour or something. And just gotta get the people the raw, real facts. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a nigga with an opinion. But I'm often right a lot, so probably somebody you should listen to. For being honest, you can check my track record on the podcast. I think I'm pretty good when it comes to picking winners. I think I might pick some winners later on today. We're gonna see you on the NFL schedule, being that football is played tomorrow. This is recorded on Saturday, September 22nd. Special day. I gotta tell you why. But it is. And a lot of things going on, man. I want to touch on that Triple G and Canelo fight. Matter of fact, we're going to start right there. I'm just going to get into the show. We ain't going to... Should I start right there? Okay, fuck it. I'm going to start right there. We're going to start right here at Canelo and Triple G. Now, I'm going to get into a lot of things, so bear with me. But we're going to start with Canelo and Triple G. Now, this fight went down last weekend. I think the replay comes on tonight, and I'm going to score the fight. Before I say anything about the fight, let me tell you, I did not score the fight. All right? So, it is very plausible that I am wrong here. I'm going off my thoughts while watching the fight. And a lot of people don't agree with me. Now, I haven't talked to anybody about this personally because I don't know a lot of people that were paying $80 to watch that fight. Okay, but we got connections. We had certain things. I was able to see the fight. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you how. I'm not gonna tell you where. I'm not gonna tell you why. Just gonna say I got a couple of little things, and we was able to see the fight. Now, the fight starts, and I truly believe Canelo looked better when the fight started. I feel like the early rounds, I was favoring Canelo in the early rounds because to me he was looking better. Even though Triple G was still, he was kind of get off, but he wasn't getting off. He was looking old to me. And I'm like, man, I thought Canelo was about to knock him out. I'm like, Canelo about to knock him out, man. But then I think it was around, it might have been the 9th or the 10th round, Triple G started to step it up a little bit. And Triple G started winning the later rounds. And that's why I think a lot of people think Triple G won. Because when the fight had ended, Triple G had won those last couple rounds. So in your mind, you thinking, oh, he won this fight. But the reality is Canelo had so many rounds early that the late rounds, it was like it was a comeback too late. It was a Hail Mary, like just happened in the game in Atlanta that the Panthers just played, but we putting that one behind us. We don't want to talk about that one. But it's like that game though. As far as it's a Hail Mary throw at the end, you fought your way back into the fight. It's one round. It can potentially go either way. It could be the difference between a draw and a split decision. And the split decision went Canelo's way, But to act like Triple G dominated that fight or clearly won that fight, the whole first half of the fight, he was getting his ass whooped, basically. Like I said, it was close. The rounds was, like I said, some rounds it was like, damn, Canelo landed more punches, but Triple G landed the better ones, or Triple G landed the better ones, but Canelo landed more. It was a lot of shit like that. So it's one of those. But I've been watching boxing for years, and if you've been watching boxing for years, you know decisions like that come all the time. First of all, you gotta do your homework and do your research and start from the beginning. Okay, who's promoting the fight? Golden Boy Promotions. What was the last fight? It was a draw. So what makes you think Triple G gonna come out here and win some type of decision in the first place? That's what you gotta know. So the only thing I was mad about is I didn't put no money on the fight. I was planning on putting some money on the fight before the fight, and I'm like, man, I'm probably gonna bet on Canelo tonight. There ain't no way they gonna let him lose, but I ended up not doing it and regretting it later because Canelo ended up winning, and I would have had some money. A lot of people disagree with the decision, but what I'm getting at is I don't disagree with the decision. I thought Canelo narrowly won the fight by a round or two. Probably like a round. I wouldn't even been mad at a draw. It was that close though. But when people say, you know, Triple G won, he ain't win the fight like that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do all that. You know, he looked old and shit. He didn't really look like Triple G. Not to me. You know what I'm saying? And not the Triple G I'm used to seeing. You know, and he been looking like that his last couple fights. So Triple G, you know, he getting older. He got to step his game up. One of the two. But I actually thought it was a good performance by Canelo, because he came out. He was walking forward. He was putting the pressure. He was landing the punches. He was doing what he had to do. And his defense was sharp. He was slipping punches. I mean, he was doing what he had to do. So I'm not mad at the decision. But I can't say how I would feel if Triple G would have won. I don't know if I would have been happy. Not happy, but I don't know if I would agree with it or not. I think Canelo won, or the fight was a draw. I don't think Triple G won that fight. But I'm going to watch the fight again tonight when it come on. I might not watch it tonight, but I'm going to record the fight when it come on. And if I feel like Triple G won when I score the fight, I come on the next podcast and I'll tell you. But judging from it from that night and watching the fight, I thought Canelo won, or it was a draw. So Canelo by 1 round or a draw. That was my mind scorecard after the fight that night. So, but like I said, I can't tell you how I was watching it, but it was a little choppy. So I might have missed some shots. So we'll see. But yeah, man. So I'm not really mad at Canelo. You know what I'm saying? He been taking a lot of flack, but I actually fuck with Canelo. That's my boy. Shout out Cinnamon. And keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be interesting to see what he got next. See who we fight next. We gonna see. Boxing is good, but yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing. They gotta come down on them fucking prices. You know, if your name ain't Floyd Mayweather, we not trying to, you know, pay damn near $100 to see you. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they're gonna have to come down on their prices. You know, fights used to be like $50. You know what I'm saying? I remember when the UFC fights used to be like $49.95. Them bitches done jumped up to like $60 somehow, 60, 70. But and this is not a lot of money, you know what I'm saying, we talking about. But when you talking about adding it on to the cable bill and the shit that's already on there, you like, wait a minute. And then like, so, you know, I ain't paying $80 for Canelo and Triple G. So Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, you need to lower them fucking prices. And I'm not really too mad at the UFC prices, because they usually come once a month, and you already know they coming. You know what I'm saying? Plus you can buy like Fight Pass or something like that. So I'm not really tripping. But when I seen that motherfucking Canelo and Triple G was $80, like, that's ridiculous. Like, y'all tripping. Like, they ain't even that. You know, they trying to hide like two of the greatest middleweight. No, they're not. They good fighters of this era. You know, they ain't all that. But shout out to Canelo, I do fuck with him. And Triple G a beast too. But come on now. I want to see what the pay-per-view numbers did for that too. I got to check. I ain't seen it. So we going to see. As a matter of fact, we about to look it up right now. See what the pay-per-view number is for Canelo Triple G too, because that shit was expensive. It actually says it might top 1 million buys. So motherfuckers is buying it. Hey, look, if people is paying for it, then sell it to them. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't paying for it, but if people is paying for it, then sell it to them. Give them what they want. It says television industry people were praised for the Canelo Alvarez. I'm reading this right now, so. Fighter Golden Boy declined to provide an official figure, but an industry source well connected to the satellite and cable system placed the buys between 1 and 1 million. Definitely not in excess of 1.1 million. So that's pretty impressive. You know what I'm saying? Canelo pulling in 1 million pay-per-view buys. You know, the climate is good. You know, I don't know. You know, maybe Trump doing something to the economy. Maybe people can buy the fights now. Who knows? I don't know. But anyway, shout outs to them. Shout outs to Canelo for getting the win. Shout outs to Canelo and Triple G for putting up 1 million buys. Shout outs to Golden Boy for overcharging for it. And shout outs to boxing for bringing eyes to the sport. You know, we happy for all of those reasons. You know, I'm a big boxing fan. I've been a boxing fan for years now. You know, since I was a little kid. That's all I used to do is watch boxing. And I'm talking about no-name boxers, you know, headgear boxers, Olympic boxers, everything. This is back. I don't know what year. What year did Winky Wright fight Bernard Hopkins? I remember buying that fight, and they were old at the time. But that just goes to show you, like, how much of a boxing, you know, fan I was. I was buying Bernard Hopkins and Winky Wright in 2007. So that fight happened in 2007. So I was buying, it's 2018. So that's over 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I was buying boxing. So that's how long I've been a boxing fan. So don't ever question my boxing knowledge or question anything like that. As Roger Mayweather would say, you don't know shit about boxing. You know, and I'm willing to put my shit up against anybody when it comes to that. When it comes to this sport. So, but that's just how I feel about that. Also, Danny Garcia and Sean Porter fought. Sean Porter won that fight. I bet on Danny Garcia, but I thought Sean Porter might win. Sean Porter tough got a fight, man. He's small, he compact, he come at you in waves. Danny Garcia, he's a good boxer, but he didn't put his punches together well. You know, he was landing one clean shot every now and then. He should have, I'm not trying to, but he should have put his punches together. He should have kept him more at a distance. I felt like he fought him on the inside, the shorter guy with the smaller arms. He kept letting Sean get in on him. And with that being said, I was switching back and forth because I think this was the same night that Willie and Darren Till were fighting, and the UFC had on the card, and I was watching that. So I'm flipping back and forth between the UFC and boxing. But as I flip back to Danny Garcia and Sean Porter, I'm seeing Danny face a little busted up. I'm seeing Sean landing more strikes, but I'm still cheering for Danny, and I see him land a big one every now and then. He'd slip, duck under, boom, land right over the top, but it just probably wasn't enough. And I think that's what the judges went with. So I wasn't mad at that decision. I still a fan of Danny Garcia, fan of Sean Porter. He a tough, strong fighter. Gotta give him props. He always fight with his heart. We'll see what's next for both of them. Would I want to see a rematch? I don't know. I'd have to watch the first fight again because, like I said, I was flipping back and forth between the UFC and speaking of the UFC and that fight that was going on that night, Darren Till and Tyron Woodley. Come on, man. Tyron Woodley. And I know nigga be mad when everybody call him Tyrone. Like Tyrone. His name Tyron. So we're gonna get it right. Tyron Woodley. He defended his belt, looked good, went out there, dominated Darren Till. I'm a Darren Till fan too. He a young kid, a lot of promise. But this fight was too soon for him. I said when the fight was booked, I'm like, why would they put him in there with Tyron Woodley? He needed at least one more fight because he barely beat Wonder Boy. I mean, that fight wasn't really even a fight. They really ain't do nothing. The whole fight, they was just looking at each other. So, I don't know how we got a title shot off of that. The fight everybody want to see is Woodley and Covington. We just found out that's not gonna happen until probably next year. I think Woodley got to get surgery on his finger or something that he broke in the Till fight, and so we gotta wait to see that. But that's gonna be the fight right there. Kobe Covington and Tyron Woodley. For the welterweight championship. The UFC need to go and make that happen. Because the people is waiting. But, I forgot what I was about to say. I was about to say something about the UFC. Because, okay, I don't remember, so fuck it. But the other thing going down with the UFC is that press conference just went down with McGregor and Khabib, and man, what you want to say about that shit? Conor McGregor, he did what he did. Khabib, he tried his best to combat that and stay cool, but it's tough, man. It's tough. It gotta be tough when that motherfucker McGregor get up there and get talking shit. He don't give a, he say all type of shit. Some shit I understand, some shit I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I know he's pissing you off. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he just go up there, get the going off, you're this, you're that. All type of crazy shit, just wild shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he lost, he's really a madman, and when it comes to that, but he's a smart guy because it's all for promotion, and I compare him to like a battle rapper. It's like a when some Conor McGregor's trash talk is like a good battle rapper. When when you got a good battle rapper who's believable when they flow, you know what I'm saying? And they got their believability and their aggression down, it just hits you different. And that's how it is when McGregor gets talking shit. You know what I'm saying? He come with this aggression and believability that make what he's saying like that much more effective. Where you got some fighters that, try to talk shit, but it don't even sound like they mean what they saying or they serious about what they saying. That's why his shit be so effective. Because he right up in your shit. You know what I'm saying? He basically pushing it to the limit. So, I like it. I ain't mad at it at all. But with that being said, I don't think it's really going to have no effect on this fight. And one thing I want to say, too, is where he caught me off guard is, or the red flag I seen as far as the press conference goes was he was drinking. You know what I'm saying? I know you got the Proper 12. Shout out to Proper 12. You can sponsor us right here at the 220 Podcast, or you can sponsor us second to nobody. Holla at us, McGregor. Proper 12 whiskey. But he was drinking it on stage, and I'm just thinking like, man, you training for a fight, and you getting drunk at this press conference right in front of us. And then he pulls another bottle out his coat pocket. Like he go, I thought they wouldn't let me get this one in, so I brought this one. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on, this motherfucker got another bottle? And he pulling bottles out his pocket. So I'm like, I'm sitting back and I'm like, damn. I'm like, McGregor up here getting drunk. You know what I'm saying? And he got a beast in front of him. A dude that don't drink, that don't smoke, that wrestle. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact, like, Khabib's training AKA to me, To me, AKA is the best MMA gym in the world. Daniel trained there. Daniel Cormier, the light heavyweight and heavyweight champion. Luke Rockhold trained there, the former middleweight champion. Kane trained there, the former heavyweight champion. And Khabib trained there, the lightweight champion. So when you look, their gym is stacked, bro. It's nothing but killers. And they got a whole bunch of young guys up in there. And they got a whole bunch of Russian dudes up in there. That gym is a gym full of killers, bro. It's a totally different gym than people understand. You know what I'm saying? So I just, I don't think Conor drinking and getting drunk and doing all that during training camp, it's not gonna help him against Khabib. And Khabib said something like that, like, you think whiskey gonna help you? Like, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tripping. And to me, that was a sign of weakness. I don't feel like Conor should have did that. To me, that was a bad move from him. And I hope he all right. You know what I'm saying? Because he seemed like always him, because he was always crazy. When you talk about grabbing the belt or coming out in the mink coat, I think it was for when he was dressed like Fidel Castro or something. Was it not Fidel Castro? My fault. Who was he dressed like? I said Fidel Castro. Shout out to A Mafia. A Mafia got a song called Fidel Castro. That's why I was thinking that. Who was he dressed like? Might have been Pablo Escobar or something. He was dressed like one of them, and he did the little pose with the hand and everything. So, he always crazy, but he did seem a little unhinged. Like I said, I hope everything going all right with him. And alcohol. I'm not calling him alcoholic. I don't know, what's going on. He could just be promoting his liquor. But all I'm saying is, when you're a pro athlete like that and you're a world champion, you gotta be on your A game, at all times. So, if I was in Conor McGregor's corner, I'll be a little nervous about that. But we'll see what happens. He's the fighter. He's the champion, not me. So, we'll see what he can do. But with that being said, that's pretty much it on the UFC. They got some fights on tonight, but I don't know who the fuck they are, except for Randa Marcos. She's fighting. So if you do turn into FS1 and the UFC, God, they should pay me for this shit. You see, I just give out free promotion. If you do turn into FS1 in the UFC tonight at 9 o'clock, I believe the first fight you'll see is Randa Marcos. And you should give her a look. She'll be the girl with the red hair. And probably the girl winning. So don't miss it. UFC, thank me later. But then, what else we want to talk about, man? Power. I want to talk about Power. I was going to talk about that Power season finale where they shot my girl Angela. Oh, I'm sorry. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it, but you would be late. Angela got shot at the end of the episode by Tommy. It was disgusting. If you know anything about me, I love Angela. She's my favorite character next to Tommy. So I'm a little torn right now because for the first time in Power history, I think I want Tommy to die. But I'm not quite positive about that. We got to see what happens as season 6, how it starts up. I did, however, see Courtney Kemp, creator and director of the show. If you don't know, she's the lady at the end of, if you watch the show on demand, at the end of every episode, she'll be talking. She says why she did the episode like this and what she was thinking. But she says Angela's not dead and just wait for season 6. I was very happy to hear that because I was very torn. I hated the part in the episode when Tasha walked in and it looked like Tasha and Tommy was about to just kill Angela in her house. My heart was racing, boy. I was mad as hell, Keep Angela alive, She's special. Te amo. A little Mexican for those who don't know. Google it. Or get yourself a Mexican dictionary. Either way. But for real though, was I pleased with the Power this season. This season of Power it was pretty good. It was alright. It could have been better. Only thing I was really upset with is Kanan died. He was one of my favorite characters. Dre's still alive. I don't like him at all. But I do love Congressman Tate, Lorenz Tate. Not only because I have been told that I look like him. But no, I'm just joking. No, seriously, I have. You know, that's what they say. Hey, oh my God, you look like Lorenz Tate. It's like, who? Say, no, one girl's mama told me that. And some girl at Target. And my cousin. You know, a couple people, I've heard it. Felt like I haven't heard it before, huh? It's like, no, I'm just playing. I look like me. That nigga look like me. What you mean? But no, but in all seriousness, I was pleased with this season of Power. I wish Cannon was still alive. I wish Dre would die, but other than that, it was a solid season. It started out slow, picked up. You know, the last couple episodes was powerful, and that's all you can ask for, man. It's a lot of great television shows going on right now. Just as far as the writing and the shooting, I'm really into the way things are shot. I've been watching a lot of movies lately. I actually just discovered the Red Box, which is crazy. I see why Blockbuster's out of business now. There's so much technology and shit that I'm not up to par on yet. That I'm still like catching up. Like, oh damn, they got this. So, you know, I go to the gas station and they got a Red Box outside the gas station, and I see it all the time, but I never use it. I'm like, I'm not touching that thing, you know. Whatever, you know. I download the movie. I wait till it comes out, but you know, something just told me to check it out. So I go to the Red Box, check it. I'm like, okay. I started seeing all these movies, and I'm like, damn. So I was like, fuck it. Let me try to get some. So I got them. I got what I get. I got Superfly, the new Superfly. I got Rampage, with The Rock, and I got the Denzel Washington movie, James Israel, and they only let you get 3. You know, long story short, you know, I've been fucking with the Red Box lately. I got too much extra. I got one I gotta take back now. I think I done had it too long. So that's the only thing. The motherfuckers want them back like 1 day or 2 days, or they charge you by the day or something. I don't know. So I might end up taking it back, but I've been enjoying it a little too much because I've been to it way too many times, and I gotta chill on it. I don't know how I got on the Red Box topic, but because I was talking about all the good writing and stuff that's going down, and I wanted to talk about Deadpool and how Deadpool was shot. When you look at the Deadpool 2, that was one of the movies that I got, but when you look at the way that was shot, especially the early scenes, it's just great work. You know what I'm saying? It's truly great work, the way that it's shot, and you know, the creativity of the writing and how everything comes together. All that stuff is a skill, and it's beautiful, and I truly enjoy watching things like that. But that's shout outs to all the writers, shout outs to all the directors, shout outs to all the visual effect people. You know, a lot of those things go unnoticed, but the small details bring out the bigger picture, and we truly love that. But fuck all that. Let's get to talking about some football, man. Football. It's going down this Sunday. Whole bunch of games. I ain't gonna name them all off for you because I'm only worried about one. Panthers and the Bengals. Panthers will win. We at home. We gotta win. That's just the way it goes. But no, the Bengals are a good team. They looking good. AJ Green had about 3 touchdowns in the first half of the last game. I believe they played Baltimore, which is a divisional rival, buzzing them up pretty bad. Joe Flacco was trash. Please put Lamar Jackson in the game. What are we waiting for? I mean, goodness gracious. Shouts to Patrick Mahomes too. We got a lot of black quarterbacks in the league, or that are you know, doing their thing. You know, Cam Newton, of course, Ace Boogie, number 1, QB1. But You know, you look at Cam, you look at Russell Wilson, you look at there's a whole bunch of them, man. Not a whole bunch of them. Don't get me going crazy. RG3's back. I think he's on the Ravens. Tyrod Taylor was with the Browns, even though he just got hurt. And Baker came in. We're going to talk about that. The Browns got their first win. What's going on in Cleveland? But, all I'm trying to say is I'm starting to see more black quarterbacks in the league, and it's a good side. Oh, Deshaun Watson. That's what I was thinking about. Deshaun Watson of the Texans. So we got a couple more black quarterbacks in the league. When you look at Cam, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, RG3, Tyrod Taylor, Patrick Mahomes. So we got a couple guys that are coming up, and, you know, we like to see that. You know, we play a different style of football. If you look at, you know, the athletic quarterback and the running style, but I saw Von Miller say something about Cam, where he said that's how you're supposed to play football. When your quarterback can get tackled and keep fighting for yards. You know, this all don't touch the quarterback, don't touch the kicker, or they fragile. You know, that's not how football is supposed to be played. You know, everybody's supposed to be, you know, a dog on that field, and we starting to see that more and more. But speaking of all that, we got Josh Gordon, you know, who was on the Cleveland Browns. He's been traded to the New England Patriots. What you knew was gonna happen, right? As soon as they said Josh Gordon, we were willing to trade him, you knew he was gonna end up a Patriot. Whether he got cut or whether they traded him, you already knew. Somehow you just knew. Now, the question is, will it work? I don't know. They say he has a substance abuse problem. You know, those things is hard to deal with when you talk about, you know, drugs, abuse, and what he needs. I don't know. You know, they say he came back to the Browns and he was still missing shit. So I don't know. You know, I support Josh Gordon. I like him. I think he's a great player. The few times I have seen him play, I've seen great things from him. That's what I should say. I shouldn't say I think he's a great. Yeah, no, I think he's a great player because a few times I've seen great things from him. But I don't know. I don't know if it'll work out in New England. I don't know if they're necessarily going to baby him. I don't know how much they're going to care about him. And if he's not good, they won't. Or if he's not ready, they won't put him on the field. You've seen with Chad Ochocinco. You've seen with some other receivers they've signed. It doesn't always work out. There's only been one Randy Moss, and Randy Moss is really the GOAT. So, you know, it's hard to compare that to, you know what I'm saying? So we just got to wait and see what it is. I'm not going to put no expectations on it. I'm not going to say the Patriots got Josh Gordon, they're going to win the Super Bowl. It's not cut and dry like that to me right now. It's more so, we'll see what happens. You know, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he gets on the field, how he plays when he gets on the field, how he understands the offense, how he does. But he's a great player, and it's definitely going to be a good deep threat for Brady. I mean, Josh Gordon and Gronkowski with Tom Brady throwing the football. I mean, without Gronkowski and without Josh Gordon, you're still picking the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl. So it really doesn't matter. You know, as long as you got 12 back there and Belichick on the sidelines, they will be fine. But I'm happy for Josh Gordon. I'm happy he's getting this opportunity to be on a winning team and a winning organization and potentially change his life around and his career. I mean, this is going to be big for him, and we just wish him the best over here. Second, nobody wish you the best, Josh. Do your thing in New England, brother, and bring it home. But, you know, that brings me to Dez Bryant. I mean, why the Patriots ain't call him? You know, what's up with the Raiders? You know, all these teams that need receivers. Why is nobody calling Dez Bryant? And I'm not saying they should call Dez Bryant. I'm saying that should be telling the Dez Bryant he shouldn't be sitting on the sideline like he's some commodity. He needs to figure out what he needs to do in order to get he needs to figure out what he needs to do in order to get on a roster, because this league is not going to sign him, especially if he misses this whole season. He's not going to be on the team next year, So I'm worried about Dez. I love Dez. He's one of my favorite players. Cowboys is one of my all-time favorite teams, and I would hate to see his career end like that. When you sitting at the concert with Jerry Jones, and then he goes and signs Bryce Butler. I mean, to me, that's like a slap in the face. So I hope Dez is paying attention. I hope he gets in contact with somebody in the league that will give him a shot, and he just goes in and tries to prove himself instead of trying to wait for like some money or somebody to come to you. Sometimes you gotta get out there and go get it, and that's the position it looks like he seems to be in right now. So go out and go get it, Dez, because they will slam that door in your face. And it's crazy. But that brings me to the Browns. Hopefully, we'll see what the Browns do. I think Jarvis Landry got to pull a hamstring or something. Something might be wrong with his leg or something. So they might need Dez. And hopefully, if they call him, he answers the call and he takes what they offer and he goes out there and try to ball out again with Baker at the helm. Shout out to the Cleveland Browns. They got their first win. And first. Good job, Browns. They ain't won a game since Kevin Durant was on the Thunder. You know what I'm saying? They won a game for a minute, but they did get a win. It was like a new era. They traded Josh Gordon. They put Baker in at quarterback because Tyrod got hurt. You hate to see it like that, but that's the way it goes. I said at the beginning of the season they should trade Tyrod Taylor, and he should want to be traded because you don't want to be in those controversies, man, where you got some kid behind you ready to come in. The pressure is on you immensely. Every interception, put him in. Every drive that don't go nowhere. Every low-scoring game. Every fumble. Every bad play. It's like, put the other guy in. You know what I'm saying? And then the other guy comes in. The team's kind of uplifted. They trying something new. And then you on the sidelines looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's the way it worked. So I didn't like him there in the first place. They should have sent him to a team that needed a quarterback somewhere where he could be effective and he could contribute. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't do that. They just it was a bad play. It was a bad play to let Tyrod come in. But I think their owner, it might be John Dorsey. Is that who it is? I don't know if owner or general manager. He's known for making quarterbacks sit. But it's 2018, bro. You got to throw him in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the criticisms I have of and you see the results. Baker comes in the game. He wins it. You guys got your first win in 20 years. You was willing to take that loss and let Tyrod, but you was willing to take that loss and let Tyrod stay in the game. And y'all was getting smoked by the Jets. Team morale was just down. I like what I like about the Cleveland Browns is their defensive coordinator, Greg Williams. He's good. He's a good coordinator, man. He could be the head coach. If they fire you, Jackson, they need to move him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, he's that good. But that's why that defense is solid like it is. Cleveland Browns, I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but I can see 6-10. They can win about 6 games this year with Baker at the helm. Tyrod, I like him, but he wasn't doing what he needed to do. When you got that pressure on you, got to perform. When that spotlight on you got to show up. Because if you don't, they're going to move you out of the way. I mean, it's cut and dry. That's how it go. You bring your best, and you perform, or you up against it. Just like Ryan Fitzpatrick, right? It's not just the fact that they win in game. If he was game manager and he had, 168 yards and no touchdowns, but the running back had all the touchdowns, or he had 1 touchdown, or he was throwing a couple, and they wouldn't be talking about that. But when you come down, you throwing for 400 yards, 500 yards damn near, all these deep 75-yard touchdowns to Deshaun Jackson, 75-yard touchdown to Mike Evans. Yeah, they looking at Jameis like, you might have to wait, dog. You might have to wait. This Fitzpatrick is balling. It's Fitzmagic right now. He coming to the press conference like he Conor McGregor, jewelry on, drip season. What up? I'm here. The chest hair is mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, he letting you know. He said, and he focused. I saw him somewhere. He was like, shit, I'm trying to go 3-0. That's what I'm focused on. Beating the Steelers. And the Steelers are looking terrible. Why? Because they don't want to pay Le'Veon. Le'Veon Bell ain't been there all season. They ain't won a game. Shout out to Le'Veon Bell. Went to Michigan State. Pay my boy, please. And I usually don't even agree with players that sit out for contracts. I don't feel like you should do that. You shouldn't sit out for your contract. You should negotiate with your team in good faith. And that means showing up to training camp so we know when the season starts you're ready to go. But this has been going on with Le'Veon for a long time. He's a couple years in now. He needs his long-term deal now. He needs his money now because everybody else is getting paid. Everybody else is getting Odell Beckham, high as this. Khalil Mack, high as this. Aaron Rodgers, high as this. Meanwhile, Antonio Brown, high as this. Meanwhile, Le'Veon Bell not getting paid. That boy deserves a check. Now, the Steelers are a first-class organization. They always have been. They've always took care of their own, so I believe they will. But the team is suffering right now without Le'Veon. The team is suffering right now with chemistry. Everybody's doing something for themselves, and it's not going to fare well for them, but at the same time, it's still early in the season. This could be one of those seasons where it starts out rough and then they get it going. They catch it on late. You can be 10-6, get into the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. It's happened. So don't count nobody out. And just because the Buccaneers are 2-0, don't be shocked if they finish last in the division. Okay? It's the NFL. Everybody has a chance to win right now. If you got a favorite team, you have a chance to win right now. Even if you don't got a good quarterback, Joe Flacco's done won the fucking Super Bowl. Okay? Joe Flacco. You think people in Baltimore thought they were going to win it with Joe Flacco? No. They just thought he was there. But the motherfucker got the job done. Nick Foles got the job done. It is possible. You seen what Case Keenum was doing last year. You know what I'm saying? It is possible. So, don't count nobody out. Don't say they're done. It's over. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just stay focused. Keep the hope alive. And who knows, your favorite team might get it done until they run into them Carolina Panthers. Then it's going to be problems. Big, big problems. Problems you don't want. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah. Actually, a lot of people ask me, they be like, why are you such a Panthers fan? Where did this come from? You're supposed to love the Cowboys. Stuff like that. First of all, I live in Carolina. Second of all, I do love the Cowboys. I used to live in Dallas, Texas. You know who I also love? Detroit Lions. You know why? Because I used to live in Detroit. I support my own. You know what I'm saying? But really, it's not even that. I'm actually, if you ask me what my favorite teams are, I'm going to tell you Cowboys, Lakers, and Cowboys, Lakers, and Yankees. Those are my favorite teams. 3 Hollywood teams, the big teams. That's what I like. Spectacles, And but at the same time, when I moved to Carolina, before I moved to Carolina, this is a long story. I'm probably not gonna get into it. I might tell it a different time. Should I tell it right now? No, I'm not gonna tell it right now. I'm gonna tell it a different time. But long story short, we went to the Super Bowl. We didn't win it. We have unfinished business. I can't stop until we get back. Keep pounding. And I'm gonna leave it at that. And we will get back. we will get back. But I don't know, man. I just if you be out here, man, if you be out here and you ever come to Carolina and you see the pride and you see the logo everywhere, you see the people everywhere, it's something that just takes you over, and it's an experience. It's truly an experience. It's like I don't know if I would compare it to like college, but it's almost like that. It's almost like a college, university, when it comes to the Carolina Panthers. That's our team, and it means a lot out here, and it's special. That's why it's so much passion when we talk about it, and what the team means and the success and everything, because it's important to the community. When the Panthers are doing good, everything's doing good. Business is booming. People are coming out. Everybody's friendly. They're selling things on the side of the road. Everything. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? It's incredible to see. And we're trying to get back to that point and get back to that Super Bowl. And hopefully we're able to do that. So that's a lot of things, man. I've been going crazy. Nothing we wanted to touch on. I don't want to talk everybody's head off. I know I've been going crazy and I've been all over the place. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. But we also want to say to anybody that was affected by the Hurricane Florence, was another reason why we weren't able to do the podcast this week. I don't know if I said that at the beginning, but I'm saying it now. Anybody that was affected by Hurricane Florence, we ask that you, or we want you to know that we're thinking about you. We wish you the best. We're praying for you. We're praying for your families. Anybody that lost their life, may you rest in peace. We love you. As they say, one Carolina where I'm at. And you don't even have to be from Carolina. If you're American, if you're a human being and you've seen what was affected to some of the homes, and it didn't happen in my area, but when you see what was affected and how some of the homes were affected and how some of the lives were lost, it should hit you. It should hit you that way anyway. You know what I'm saying? And we just wish everybody the best. We support you. You have our full and undeniable support over here at Second to Nobody. And hopefully we can get something started in order to give back to some of the people. And we love you. I love you. One Carolina. North and South Carolina. That's another reason why the Panthers' pride is so strong in this community, is because we're the only team that represents two places. It's not the North Carolina Panthers. It's not the Charlotte Panthers. It's the Carolina Panthers. And that means a lot. And so shout outs to everybody that was affected by Hurricane Florence. We love you. We thinking about you. And we won't let you be forgotten, and hopefully the team can go out there and get a win this weekend. That's what we hoping for. That's what we expect, as we expect to win every game we play, and that's why we keep pounding. This is kind of turned into a little Panther segment, but it's in me. It comes out every now and then. But that's that, man. It's gonna be a great week of football. What else? While I was talking about that, let me also give a quick tribute to the homie Mac Miller. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. This man was more than a rapper. He was a musician. He played the guitar. He made beats. He could play the drums. He's singing. He was rapping. He was all type of different things. He was truly a musician in every aspect of the word. And he will be missed in the rap game, man. I call him a young legend. You know what I'm saying? Mac Miller, the young legend. He was cold. My favorite song from him, from Mac Miller, is a song called Wear My Hat. That was on his Best Day Ever mixtape. Came out when I was in high school. I heard that song and used to bang it every day. And rest in peace to Mac Miller. Like I said, he's a young legend. He'll never be forgotten in the rap game. He'll never be forgotten, period. And it just goes to show you that life should be cherished. People should be cherished while they're here, because you never know when they could be gone. Mac's one of those people that you never thought, would be gone because he was so cool, right? He was so chill. Like, you don't expect that from somebody like him, who's laid back, who's chill, who's cool, who's just living life. You don't really see the negative side. And of course you hear about the drugs and things like this, but he still was such a warm-hearted person that it's hard to see those things happening to those people. And may he rest in peace. We love Mac Miller. We support Mac Miller over here at 220 Second Nobody. And man, rest in peace. The game lost a real one. The world lost a real one. And he won't be forgotten. And yeah, that's about it. So we take a quick moment for Mac. May rest in peace. And that's pretty much it. We narrowing down to the end of the show. Pretty much talked about everything. Shout outs to Drake and Meek for making up. I seen Meek came out at Drake's show. That was big. That's what the culture needed. You know what I'm saying? Drake is probably the hottest in the game right now as far as artists go, and the stature and the level that you can get to. And Meek is with his situations with court and the way they try to lock him up to probation and everything he's been through, as well as music. He's one of the most important people in the culture and in the community. So when we end that and had them two up there together, powerful, together it's powerful. And so we glad to see that, and we hope to see the same with Cardi B and Nicki. Both of y'all is queens in the game. Both of y'all is rich in the game. Both of y'all on top. Both of y'all is influential. Both of y'all is a big part of society, as well as a big part of our culture, as well as a big part of influencing young girls' lives. So, don't make them pick sides between y'all. Just squash that little stuff and come together and be strong role models and strong examples. And that don't mean, in everything you do, because we all make mistakes and ain't nobody perfect, and you can't parent other people's kids, but you can you can show them unity and togetherness, and not to fight and bicker over small petty things or stuff like that. Even though I don't know what they beef over, but all I know is they both on top. Neither should be jealous of the other one. Neither should be insecure of the other one. They both is all-time greats almost. Nicki's definitely an all-time great, and Cardi's on her way. She definitely got an all-time great song. So, shout out to both of them. Hopefully they squash that. We love you both. And that just reminded me to touch on this MGK and Eminem. So, if you listen to the last podcast, I said I wasn't feeling Eminem's album. I changed my mind. And I'm sorry. Let me apologize to Shady. I'm sorry, Marshall. I didn't mean to disrespect the throne. Eminem, not my throne, his throne. He one of the kings of the game. But Eminem, he was back on this shit. When I listened to the album, it was totally different than what I expected. It was way different from the last two albums that he put out. I even heard him say in the Sway interview, he didn't really, wasn't really feeling them albums. So, or not that he wasn't feeling them, that he was trying some stuff that he was like, oh my God, why'd I do that? But I would even have to go back and listen to those to really say I didn't like. It wasn't like the word. It just didn't sound like Eminem, is what I said. But this right here, he was on the shit again. He had bars and he was going crazy. Now, MGK, you fucked up, right? You fucked up, right? Woo! Eminem hit him with the kill shot. Now I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying that. Because I ain't got no beef with MGK. I actually commend MGK for trying to come at him and trying to respond and defend himself. But it was the wrong decision. Eminem too powerful. He one of the biggest in the game. You know what I'm saying? That's why when he dropped that and it became the biggest song, hip hop song in YouTube history. Biggest, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff. It's because he's M, and like that, to me, that's what that song showed. You know what I'm saying? Like he called somebody out, they responded, and then he killed them. And MGK, I guess MGK already said he's not gonna respond to Killshot. So that's what I'm talking about. Like Eminem called him out, and MGK was one of the only people to come out and say, I'm gonna respond. And came hard, like no homo. Like on the diss record, 75 million views, blah 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 blah. Eminem comes out, Killshot, answer him, just like that. And that's why you gotta give Eminem props when you answer the bell and he make the nigga say, I'm not even gonna respond. Like, it don't get no clearer of a win than that. So shout outs to Eminem. Go get his album, Kamikaze. Plus he from Detroit. And we and like I said, it's a good album. I was impressed. Not that I gotta be impressed by Eminem. He's one of the greatest of all time, top 5, but he's a beast too. He showed you he still got that Slim Shady. That's why they call me Slim Shady. That nigga MGK found out. But shout out to MGK too. I think he dropped the EP. Go pick it up if you want. Go pick it up if you can. If not, listen to it on Apple Music. See if you're feeling it. Also, go listen to Wavy World on Apple Music. I know you will be feeling it. And if you're not feeling it, then go to the YouTube page. Go to YouTube, type in Second to Nobody. Go to youtube.com/DavidthaKingTV. Go to twitter.com/Wavy220. Go to soundcloud.com/Second to Nobody. Go to 220. Go to Second to Nobody, 220 Podcast, David the King. I've been Wavy, Mike G, G Code. Just go look it up, man. It's so much. We running out of time. I got about 3 minutes left. It's been fun, like I said, I will probably start doing this. I'll probably do a show called King's Hour. It'll be a spinoff of the 220 Podcast. I got my own spinoff, like that. How they do that. When you got a reality show, they're like somebody from the reality show. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do a spinoff. So we're gonna do a spinoff of the 220 Podcast. It's gonna be called King's Hour. I'm gonna come back every now and then and talk a little bit of shit and say how I feel and keep it real. That's all I know how to do. I truly enjoyed this today. I've had time on my hands, so I said, why not kill it? And, Space Jam 2. I want to talk about that real quick. How much time we got? Okay, so we only got a little bit of time left. Space Jam 2 is coming out. I think it's a great move by LeBron. And I'm very interested to see who's on his team. I hope Kobe's in the movie. I would love to see. And another thing I was wondering is, do the kids today even know who we're going to talk about that on the podcast. Do the kids today know who the Looney Tunes are? Like, do kids today know who Bugs Bunny or Daffy? Is it Daffy Duck? I don't even know if it's Daffy Duck. I know it's a black duck. I think it's Daffy. It might be Daffy Duck, Bugs Bunny, Elmer Fudd, I think, right? I gotta look up who the Looney. I don't even know who the Looney Tunes are. So do kids today even know who the Looney Tunes are? Is it gonna cross over? We must see. But I think it's a great move by LeBron to make Space Jam 2. He's truly impressed me with his off the court stuff and the way he's put it together. I'm truly impressed by that, and he's a great role model. He's doing his thing for black people all around the world. So shout out to LeBron James. Good luck with Space Jam 2. Like I say, you better put Kobe and Jordan in the movie, and that be the team that take on the Monstars. You know what I'm saying? If you have Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron, what other way could you get it done besides Space Jam 2? So that's just a suggestion. I'm throwing it out there. Get Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron in Space Jam 2. And that'll be a can't miss. But like I said, that's about it. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. It's been a little all over the place. I've been a little all over the place. But that's just the way it is. Hashtag second to nobody. Go to Twitter at nobody second, at DavidthaKing TV, at the 220 podcast, at Wavy 220. Go to the Instagram 220 Empire. Like I said, go to the YouTube page. Go to youtube.com/DavidtKingTV, and you can find all this good stuff. You can find all the music. You can find all the podcasts. The merchandise is coming soon. And I'm serious about all this. Hopefully we're going to be on Apple pretty soon too. So that's what we're working on, and we got a lot of things going. But like I said, I've been talking long enough. I've had fun. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you enjoy. Click the subscribe button. Click the follow button. And stay tuned to what we're doing. 220 podcast, second to nobody. David the King. Shout out to I've been Wavy. He be back next week. Wavy World out now. Go get it. And we out.